Good morning. It's just a few diehards that are left. I appreciate it. I appreciate the fact that you stayed to listen to me. Well, thank you. Wasn't the parade amazing? Give yourselves a hand. And the band, where's the band leader? Where are you? Come on out. I love the fact that you threw that one up 3 times. Well done. You know, this is a homecoming for me. I saw many 14-year-olds that resembled me. I left school when I was 14 years old. And I can actually go back and think about walking on this NCC parade 45 years ago. So it's a real homecoming, and it's quite nostalgic. It's actually a surreal moment for me. Well, thank you, Headmaster Dillon, members of the Board of Governors, members of the Lawrence School Society, and most of all, you students, particularly the diehards who stayed. So I really appreciate the fact. Congratulations on 175 years of excellence. 175 years. For 175 years, Sonar has educated the very best. And I know what it means to lead an organization, Headmaster, for 175 years. I lead an organization that is 177 years old. And so it's no small feat. It takes a lot to evolve with the times and yet remain steadfast to your commitment that makes this institution so special. And you all should feel very proud. You should feel very proud that you're associated with Sonar. I arrived here as a 7-year-old. I don't think they come here now at 7 years of age. I think most kids come at 11 or 12. But I came here as a 7-year-old, and I was deeply homesick. I miss my mom. But it was not an easy time, and over the years, I've come to appreciate what Sonar instilled in me that I didn't even know when I was actually going through this. Unfortunately, when I was 14 years old, my father fell on hard times and I had to leave and go back to my hometown of Rohtak. So I didn't get the opportunity to actually finish at Sonar. As I drove up the campus today, by the way, I took a wrong turn, or my driver took a wrong turn. We came up through Garkal, and they told us to turn around, go back, and come through Moti Corner. When I was a young kid, the only way to do it. But when I came up, there were so many emotions. A lot has changed, I'm certain, but a lot has remained the same. Keith said it's the same, this floor didn't exist, but this space looks very much the same as it was 45 years ago. So I'm going to spend just a few minutes. I know it's hot. I know you want to go see your parents. You don't want to listen to the chief guest speak. But I'm going to give you 3 takeaways that I experienced from Sonar. And the first one, you all know very well, which is never give in. For most schools, a school motto is something that you wear on a crest. But never give in at Sonar is a way of life. As a 7-year-old homesick, I learned that you never gave in. How many of you have done the hot sun run? You remember Tilly's Hill? Coming up Tilly's Hill, you feel you're going to die, right? I remember as a 7, 8, 9-year-old coming up Tilly's Hill, but in the back of my head, it was never give in. And you just try and go through that pain. You go through that pain so that you can make it to the top of Tilly's Hill. That's what Sonar teaches you. When I came here to Sonar, I was a really small boy, really thin, really small for my class. And as everybody does, I had to box. And if you go to Gaskell Hall, and I'm going to do that after I finish my little talk here, I hope my name is still up there. But in Gaskell Hall, it embodies what I learned around never give in. When I used to box, the first year that I boxed as an atom weight, I got clobbered. I got clobbered, and I realized that boxing is not about not getting the first punch. It is about trying to win by doing things differently. And I developed a technique where I would take the first punch, but then I would go right in to my opponent and I would just let loose. And it was called the Renjen technique, and I won my weight every year since. That notion of never give in is something that Sonar taught me, and it has really stayed with me as I've gone through my life. I think that's a first lesson that Sonar teaches, and I think you should take that with you as well. I think the second thing, and I don't know if it's still there, but if you go to Gaskell Hall, there used to be a sign that by Kipling that said, "Send him to Sonar and make a man of him." Is that still there? Yep. Send him to Sonar and make a man of him or a woman of him. But what does it actually mean to be a man or a woman? The extraordinary thing about Sonar is that there is an opportunity to create great Indian men and women. You know, the headmaster went through a whole bunch of academics, and you have done amazing things at Sonar. You know, I never imagined when we were studying here getting 98%, 99% like you are. But academics is only one thing that Sonar teaches you. What the Sonar teaches you is a well-rounded individual. And that well-roundedness is unique to Sonar. It doesn't exist in very many other institutions. And I don't believe you fully appreciate what that well-roundedness does. Every one of you, I believe, has a hobby. Every one of you is required to participate in athletics. As I now, as a nearly 60-year-old, reflect back on my life, it isn't the academics that distinguish me. It is the fact that I've had this experience that started at Sonar that gave me the confidence to look at life in a more well-rounded way. It's the saying by Kipling, "Send him to Sonar or send her to Sonar and make a man or woman of him." It is unique to Sonar. The last thing that I will suggest to you is that, as I told you, as a 7-year-old, I was really homesick, but you all are experiencing this thing called Sonar together. And the friendships and the relationships that you build here will last you a lifetime. I left before graduating, so I lost touch with all my fellow students. About 7 or 8 years ago, Taranjeet Sandhu became the Indian ambassador to the United States. And one day I got a call from Taranjeet Sandhu. And he said, "Renjen, do you remember me?" And I said, "I'm well." He said, "How can't you remember me? I'm Taranjeet." And it was like old times all over again. The relationship that I built with Taranjeet, it feels like we're 14-year-old boys again, because we can talk in a way that I can't talk to many other friends. That is unique about Sonar, the fact that you are on this journey together. That doesn't happen in many other schools. It happens here. And I think you should cherish and treasure it. I'm going to leave you with one last thought. If you're a student at Sonar, and I want you to pay attention to this, I promise you I'm going to finish in about 2 minutes, but I think this is important. As someone that has lived life a little longer than you have, if you're a student at Sonar, you are privileged. You are privileged in ways that you can't fully comprehend today. I hope that you will remember this experience. Many of you, all of you, will leave Sonar and you will have success. Many of you will achieve great things in academia, in politics. Some of you may actually make a lot of money, achieve a lot of recognition, and I think that is wonderful. But what I want to leave you with is this one thought. The journey to success is certainly sweet, but sharing the spoils of success is even sweeter. And I would encourage you that as you embark on your journey off to Sonar and you achieve that success, that you remember your alma mater, you remember your communities that you lived in, and you give back. And you give back to those communities so that you can make them better. You give back to your school so that you can make it better. It was a little bit of a surprise to me when I was talking to the headmaster that this school doesn't have an endowment. A school that is 175 years absolutely should have an endowment. And it is incumbent on you, because Sonar is giving you this privilege, this unique privilege that most people in India don't have, that you give back to this school, and that you share your success. That is really important. I can tell you as somebody with experience that giving back gives tremendous sweetness. My wife and I are blessed. She couldn't be here today. I asked her, my son is about to go to college and she's back in the United States. We will leave some for our son, but we intend to give back everything that we have made before we die, so that we can enjoy in that sweetness. And I encourage you to do the same. It is absolutely incredible that the school has been here for 175 years. Seeing you all, I believe that we will be here for another 175 years. It will be because of you. Congratulations, congratulations to you, congratulations Headmaster, congratulations to the Board of Governors, congratulations Kulpreet, congratulations Sanjeev. This is an absolutely wonderful occasion, and thank you for having me back. It is wonderful. I feel like I'm 14 years old all over again. Thanks again.